Brad Herlock here with the Garage Grit Live, powered by AA Shop Marketing, and thank you for joining us. Whether you're tuning in live or watching the replay, drop your shop name in the comments, as always, so that we know who's here, who's checking out, who's paying attention. And it's also always great to connect and see how far and wide our community is spreading. So, as a quick reminder before we jump in, you've heard me say this before, I am not a coach, okay? And my focus is digital marketing, and we help repair shops attract more customers, boost their brands, and stand out locally. But today's topic hits close to home for all shop owners because it's about achieving the elusive work-life balance. And so, as you already know, the Garage Grit Project is all about trying to help as many shops as possible. And while AA Shop Marketing is on the marketing side, if you don't have some of the other aspects of your house in order, then the marketing is sometimes in vain. So let's make sure that your shop is actually on a good path forward so that when we are doing the marketing for you, you can make the most of that. Now, this week's Garage Grid podcast panel featured shop owners David Light, Kevin Bickford, and Paul Marcourt. And these aren't your average conversations. These are real stories from shop owners who've wrestled with balancing or are continuing to wrestle with balancing shop growth and maintaining the sanity in their lives and at home. Let's dive deeper into their journeys, shall we? Okay. Let's start with the work-life balance that became crucial for these shop owners. When did it become and why did it become? David Light from Lighthouse Automotive shared that his turning point came from seeing his own customers postpone their dreams until retirement. Dreams often unfulfilled due to health issues or life changes. And that really hit David and his wife, Jeannie, hard, prompting them to prioritize their living life right now, not waiting for some far off, distant future. Kevin Bickford, previously managing a Firestone corporate store, described the years of missing family events, especially pivotal moments in his daughter's life. The impact was deep, causing him to rethink his entire approach. And that happened when he opened Fox River Tire and Auto. And Kevin's commitment is now clear, more clear than ever. Never sacrifice moments again for work. And I love hearing that theme over and over again. I was just chatting with a guy from Georgia earlier today, and it was great hearing him talk about family is first. And so I encourage that for all of you, if you have family, to keep that as a priority and making sure that that's part of your work-life balance. Paul Marcourt experienced firsthand how relentless dedication to work can impact personal life. Taking over Clintonville Auto Repair, Paul put in countless hours modernizing systems, unintentionally neglecting his marriage. And although he remains good friends with his ex-wife, Paul openly admits that work consumed too much of his life at the expense of relationships, and he's determined not to repeat those mistakes. So I'm wondering, are you also feeling kind of overwhelmed? And maybe it's because you're also now juggling all this marketing that's ever changing. How do we grow the shop? How do we actually add more cars, more clicks, more calls, more cars in your bays? And so AA Shop Marketing can ease the load a little bit of that by taking the marketing off of your plate so that you can focus on managing the actual shop and doing the actual work. So visit aashopmarketing.com to start reclaiming that time. All right. Power of delegation. It emerged as a critical theme in our discussion, illustrating how trust in your team can transform your business. Kevin emphasizes the importance of empowering his staff to handle challenges independently and fostering that confidence and accountability. He intentionally steps back, allowing them to learn to that space to learn or possibly even mistakes, but also he talked about coaching them through to help them to avoid those mistakes. For Paul, the road to effective delegation was tough, given that his predecessor rarely handed off responsibilities. He shared how it took him from years of trust for his team to trust his team fully, but now he confidently steps away for extended periods, knowing the shop operates smoothly without him. The evolution of this trust in his team has significantly reduced his personal stress. David's employs what he calls delegate and automate. And I think he even acknowledged that he didn't come up with that himself, but delegate and automate. Essential to managing two busy locations. David explained that there were times that he'd return from trips expecting chaos, only to discover things were running better without him. And so, or without his direct intervention anyway. And those moments solidified for David, the importance of building that team and trust in that team and that reliable team. Have you ever successfully delegated critical responsibilities for your shop? What was that like? Can we hear from you, and can you share your experience? Can you think of a moment where it didn't work? And maybe we can think about together why it didn't work. But delegation is part of the key to achieving that work-life balance for yourself. It's also important that you recognize the signs of that imbalance, all right, to avoid the burnout in the first place. And Kevin shared physical indicators like tension, headaches, anxiety, and he also recalled how his wife seems to notice those signs sooner than he does. And when the stress mounts, she encourages him to go take the skateboard and hit the skate park. And if you've listened to that panel, that episode, Kevin did share with me some pictures and some videos of him out on the skate park. Very, very cool. Very, very nice stuff. But it's a proven outlet for him to release his built up tension. Paul's signals come from noticing unfinished projects kind of piling up, that ever building to-do list. When tasks become overwhelming, it's clear to him that he's losing control. Paul turns to scuba diving as his reset mechanism, describing the underwater environment as a quiet, calm, distraction-free, providing him that clarity and that peace. David admits that he is still learning to notice the imbalance before it escalates. Fortunately, his wife often intervenes, sending him off to his favorite spot on the beach to decompress. David emphasized the importance of having supportive relationships and that clear communication to maintain a healthier balance between work and personal life. If you are feeling stretched a little bit too thin, maybe it's because you're trying to worry about the marketing a little bit too much. And AA Shop Marketing can help you recapture that valuable time. And you can schedule a call with us so that we can learn a little bit about your shop, or you can submit your request on our website for your next step. Either way, there's no bill that's coming our way from you. We're trying to help as many shops as we can. Some become customers, some don't, but we've helped a lot of shops along the way, and we're happy to do it. This was just part one of our series on work-life balance for shop owners. If you haven't already, the podcast dropped earlier today on Tuesday, the June 24th. And so go check out that episode and listen to it for yourself. If you didn't know that an episode already happened, it's because you're not currently subscribed. You're not currently hitting that notification bell. So fix that so that it's one less thing that you have to remember to do on a Tuesday. That's right, on a Tuesday. Once a month, we're doing the panel discussions, but almost every Tuesday, we are dropping new episodes from our Origin and Impact series. So you get to hear from the stories and the lessons learned of other shop owners from across the country. And maybe you'll be able to grab some snippets that will help you with your process or your struggles. And by all means, if you want to share your story with us and share your story with the automotive community or the automotive repair community, please, by all means, reach out and we will chat about that. In part two, next Tuesday, we're going to explore how standard operating procedures, SOPs, management software, and effective hiring practices can dramatically improve your daily operations, providing more freedom for you. So stay tuned as we unpack those actionable insights. And then I guess that's on July 8th will be part 3. We'll be addressing mindset shifts that allow shop owners to give control without compromising quality or service standards. And you're going to hear directly on that one on July 8th in this live recording on Tuesday afternoon of how shop owners manage this balance effectively, and how you can replicate their strategies in your own shop. Now, of course, you can get ahead of us and actually just listen to the full panel discussion that was again dropped earlier today on June 24th. And again, if you were already subscribed, you would already know that. But please subscribe on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube. Of course, if you haven't yet done that, then search Garage Grit Podcast to never miss an episode. Together, we're going to ensure that your shop thrives without consuming your entire life. And if you are ready to grow the shop at a sustainable growth level without sacrificing your personal life, then let AA Shop Marketing help you strategize effectively. Visit aashopmarketing.com and let's grow your business the right way. Thanks again for joining me, and I will see you next week on the Garage Grit Live episodes.